Hey everyone, my name is Cassie and today we're going to be taking a look at everything that I made in January, as well as outstanding projects that I didn't finish and what I'm planning to work on in February. If you're new here, this is a space where I talk about making my own wardrobe, whether that's knitting or sewing, as well as sustainably sourcing the rest of my clothing, thrifting, sustainable fashion brands, all that good stuff. But today we're going to get solely into things that I made. I really like watching these videos and I have quite a few people who I do watch. There's a lot of like knitters who do their like sort of monthly podcasts, summing up things that they worked on, their works in progress, acquisitions, all that stuff. And so I figured that I would do something similar because I really like watching them, and I don't know, they say you should make the kind of content that you like to watch. And so here we are. I'm going to try to do these monthly. So January is a little bit late. We are in February, but you know, it is what it is. You gotta post when you can. So we're gonna start off with what I made in January, and I only had one finished object, so I'll show you that right now. This is the parchment jacket from Closet Core Patterns. It's part of their new subscription service, but this is the pre-quilted double-sided cotton, I believe it's a cotton jacquard, and you have like this sort of like darker burgundy on one side, and then on the other side you've got this like paler pink. And now that I'm looking at it, I've seen a lot of my colleagues do a reversible one, and I think I'm gonna do the reversible one too, but it will require a little bit of finessing. So this was the only thing that I made in January, and honestly I made it really quickly. This took me 3 hours in like one evening to do. So it is a quick project. You do have to at this point join their unlimited membership to get this. That said, if you want something similar, the Allwell cardigan coat is a really good option. I actually styled this one a little bit after the cardigan coat from Allwell Patterns. I really like the little side tie. So that's what I did to kind of hack it. And I also gathered the sleeves into a bit of a narrower cuff. And that was it in terms of hacks. It was really easy. Like I said, I made this in 3 hours, and it's a really easy, quick, simple sew and a lot of fun to make as well. So, and it makes it even easier if you're using something like that pre-quilted fabric. And it's just so nice. It's so squishy, and it's gonna be really nice in the spring, but right now I've been wearing it as sort of like a cozy house coat or like a little like extra layer for colder days. And so as I mentioned, that was the only thing that I finished in January, but I did get a lot of progress on a sweater, so I'll show you that now. So this is the CHESTNUT sweater from PETITE Knit. It's got like the drop shoulder construction. I'm knitting it in a DK weight from John Arbin Textiles. It's the knitting by numbers, I believe. So as you can see, I did one sleeve here, and then I just have to do the other sleeve. I also finished the bottom, and then I have the neck on hold because I haven't decided if I want to keep it as a sort of like little crew neck or if I want to do the full turtleneck. I'm not sure yet. I already modified it by making the sleeves a little bit shorter and then also not separating the body. So she does like a sort of split hem. I didn't do that. So anyways, I really like this pattern. It's really fun. I love knitting with this yarn. It's super beautiful. It kind of gives like a nice halo, even though it's 100% merino. I love it. It's really just delightful to work with, and I cannot wait to finish this. I mean, this like gray sweater in my life. It's so cute. Those are the two main things that I worked on in January. I also want to show you where I am with my socks. One second. This is I think it's like Wise Hilda's basic rib sock pattern or something like that. But I love this self-striping yarn. I think it's so nice. The stripes are so pretty. I really like the colors. It's kind of like a grandpa-ish color vibe, but I also realize that these are the colors that I wear the most often, so whatever. This is the sock. This is knit in a Lazy Lion self-striping sock. I've got hair all over this thing. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I hope that's not picking up on the camera, but yeah, this is what I have. Like the other one, but I don't know where it is, but the other one is about half finished. I think I'm right about there, and this is like nearly finished too. I just have to do the Kitchener stitch on the toe. So stupid that I haven't done that yet, but anyways, it's not exactly second sock syndrome, but like it's pretty close. So those are, I would say those are actually like the things that I worked on. It's been a pretty like monogamous, as they say, month of making. It was really crazy at work. I have finally kind of caught up on everything and I'm feeling really excited to be making. And so I thought that I would share what I'm planning for February, what I've already started, and then I'll let you know a sort of like bigger idea of my plans for February. I cut this fabric to make a Nico dress. It's this beautiful mesh. And I was sent this. I didn't have any obligation to post or anything, but it's just so beautiful. It's kind of like the stained glass geometric-esque mesh, and I'm gonna make it into a Nico dress. I just really love the Nico dress, or the Nico top Nico dress pattern, because it's just such a great base, and one of my favorite things ever is just to like play with it and particularly just use different fabrics, and different fabrics give you a whole other look. So this is mesh, so it's sheer, but I'm making it a little bit bigger, so it's gonna be a bit baggy, and then I can use it as a layering piece. And then because it's so lightweight, I can also easily tuck it in and wear it, you know, with trousers or whatever. So this is pretty cool. I'm really excited about this one. It just also feels really nice for a mesh. It's just really high quality. And then I have this. This is currently a Nico dress. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, so this is, I have to do a little bit of modifications to it and give it a good theme, but this is the Nico dress that I am working on. I honestly, this is like my go-to tried and true pattern when I'm not really sure what to do. If I'm in a bit of a slump, making these always gets me out of that knitting slump. One modification I always do is I narrow the shoulders quite a bit. These sleeves are a bit tight, so I'm going to, I think, either take it apart and then make the seam allowance a little bit, use like a narrower seam allowance, or depending on that, I might just add like a small insert along the sleeve, and then that'll help kind of give it a bit more room. But yeah, otherwise this is it. I won't show you it all because that will have to be for next month, but I really like it. This is kind of a little bit out of my comfy zone, to be honest, and it's long. I made like the very long version of it, but I think it's really fun. And it's knit, and I'm just honestly, all I really want is like knit fabrics and sweaters and like just soft, warm hand fabrics, and that's kind of what I've been leaning towards. And so this is one of those things that I'm really quite pleased with. And honestly, I think I'm probably going to finish it up tonight. Hopefully, I don't know if that's realistic, but hopefully I'm going to finish it up and then I can share it with you all in the coming weeks. What else do I got here? Oh, I don't know if I showed this either. This is a hat that I'm working on. Oh, we've got a DPN stuck in there. Get it out. Thank you. This is a hat that I'm working on. This is in a yarn that I bought while I was in London, but this is a super chunky yarn. I think it's Mrs. Moon, and I can't remember. I think it's like peppermint cream is the color, but it's just a super chunky knit hat. I'm kind of just making it up as I go, and yeah, it's just gonna be super warm because we've had a deep freeze here. Our like pipes froze. It's honestly just been kind of awful. So yeah, what else am I working on? Oh, I just today made this swatch and then cast on cardigan number 7 from My Favorite Things Knitwear. And this is not a size inclusive pattern at all. And I've talked about My Favorite Things in the past, and I had talked about maybe not making her patterns anymore, but I already own this one, and you know, you make with what you have, and I didn't want to buy the novice cardigan or a different cardigan. So anyways, here we go. This is the swatch. This is Noro Silk Garden Solo. Not the sock version, I believe it's just solo. I believe it's like a worsted weight. And then I held it together with this white mohair. I believe it's from Hobby. And I love how this is turning out so far. It looks like, honestly, it just looks like a beautiful unicorn in a yarn. It's just beautiful. I'm really, really pleased with this yarn. And I really like how this is turning out. Do I have the actual cast on with me? No, I think it's on the couch where I was working on it. But honestly, it's like, I can show you, but it's not much to see. This is just what the swatch looks like. I'll hold it a bit closer. And yeah, I really like how the white kind of brightens it up a bit. And you can see the silk and shiny threads coming through. Oh, beautiful. I'm really, really pleased with how that one is turning. I think that's it for works in progress. And then I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some fabric that I have received or bought or got from my work, and some yarn that I purchased as well. So first I'll start with the yarn. This is part of the yarn club that I joined. It is, I believe they're based in Manitoba in Canada, but I'll have to double check. And essentially it's a fiber of the month club. And they send you a fiber from a different type of sheep. You can get it as like spinning fiber, or you can get it already spun. I got it already spun because I don't have spin. This is a DK weight. It came like super vacuum sealed. I'll have to unbox it for you guys and show you next time because it's really cool. When it came in the mail, I was like, there's no way there's yarn in here. But this was. It was just like, yeah, anyways, this is great. It's quite soft. I have to put up on the screen what kind of yarn it actually is because I have all the information, but it is essentially, yeah, a yarn study. You get a different fiber every month from a different sheep, and they give you all the information about it. And yeah, it's supporting this local farm, which I think, well, it's not local to me, but this, small farm in Canada. I just love it. I love the idea of that. And I think I want to try to like save up all the yarn and then make a sweater or make a shawl or make something out of it. I know they'll all be different weights, but I kind of am curious to see how that goes. So I kind of want to save them, but I also really want to knit with this because it's just so nice. It just feels so good, and it kind of has a bit of that oiliness. It doesn't really have a smell. Anyways, yeah, I love this yarn. I'm really, really pleased about it, and I can't wait for February. So this was January, and I'll show you February's next month. I have this beauty. This is from Core Fabrics. This was a offcut, and I cannot wait to make a slip dress with this. Look at just the iridescence of it is so pretty. It's like a subtle gray. It's got like a subtle gray sort of background, and then all these different colored dots, and they're all different sort of shapes. It's really beautiful. When I saw this when I saw this fabric came in, I was like, you will be mine. Hello. So yeah, that is something that I want to make this month. I really want to work with this. I also have like a little secret project that I'm working on for work that I can't share, so that will take up some time. And then it's my birthday month, so I was thinking of making this as like a birthday dress, but it is friggin' cold, and so I'm not really sure how realistic that is. So I have some yarn that I'm going to use to make the Lume sweater from Sari Nordland. So this is the Estelle Eco Shetland Worsted, and I really like Estelle yarns. I've worked with them before. I worked with them for a previous sweater. It was like my purple warm-up sweater from Espace Tricot. And so this is going to be the base color. This is the color charcoal. Yeah, looks like a charcoal. I was a bit worried that it would be too close to this gray, but they are different. This is definitely like an off black sort of gray, and it's heathered as well. And then now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna just try to see if I can get away with using this yarn as the contrast color, because this is actually exactly what I wanted, and together they look like they're quite similar in weight. Now that I'm looking at them like this, I'm like, that looks pretty good. And this is like exactly the effect that I wanted. So even though I said I would wait to use this yarn, now that I'm looking at it with this, that was what I wanted anyways. So maybe that is what I'm gonna be doing. But I did cast on my cardigan number 7 instead, because I didn't think I had a contrast color, but now I have the contrast color. So I think I'm gonna do that swatch. I'm gonna try it out, see how it goes. So yeah, I think this pair, beautiful, stunning, perfect, but such different vibes of like, I've got this like rainbow, and then I've got the charcoal, and then I've got like this fabric, and then I've got this fabric. Like, that's chaotic, but you know what? I'm just trying to make things that make me feel happy. Dopamine making, dopamine sewing, that is what we're after. So yes. So one thing that I've been really realizing I have a gap in, I've been making a lot of tops, which I usually don't have enough tops, but now I need pants. And I've just been really struggling with what kind of pants I want to make. And so I'm gonna try to find a good pants pattern. I don't necessarily want jeans. I don't necessarily want elastic waist. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some like browsing. Please put your pants patterns, your favorite pants patterns in the comments. I would really like to know, because I am on the lookout for a really good pair of pants. I wanna make something, honestly, I will be honest, something that is not too challenging, because I just don't know that I really like have the capacity for it. I'm really interested in like simple sews right now, as demonstrated by the 2 Nikos that I have on my desk and the cardigan in like a bulky weight that I've just cast on. So if that might show you a little bit about where I am at personally. But I think that is everything. I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching. I'm really excited to start doing these kind of videos again. I think this was maybe a little bit chaotic, a little bit disorganized, but I really wanted to get it filmed because like I said, I really wanted to start implementing these back into my channel. So let me know what you think. Please let me know your pants patterns. What are you working on? I would like to know all of that. And if you want to stay up to date on things as I make them, I always post everything to my Instagram. I am taking a break from TikTok, so it'll be primarily Instagram and YouTube is where you'll see me. And I will see you sooner than later next week. Bye.